Who we playing at Robert Morris?
Hey, welcome everybody to tonight's edition of Coach's Corner. I'm Coach Hanzo and
Coach Glav here, back at the bank, RMU tonight.
Coach, big win last night.
Yeah, very good. I mean, it definitely outlined that we can score goals, and I think you still need to tighten up defensive zone. Goaltending was sharp. We've talked about it all year long. We have offensive talent. We need to find a way to play very well without the puck and show ourselves up in a defensive. And I think we gave up too many shots last night.
So quick focus on tonight's opponent, RMU, last year's championship matchup. How do you think they feel coming into tonight's game?
I mean, any team that's coming in and play us at home is going to give us their best. We're defending CHMA champions. We're not sneaking up on anybody. Everyone's coming with the same intensity and the same purpose. Let's put IUP away. They're nothing, and let's just move on with the day. That's what everyone's comes, and some aren't that successful so far.
Some things to point out last night to me with a new line combination, especially the play of Chase Malloy. Can you comment on what Chase brought to the mix last night?
Yeah, I mean, Sev's been with us for 2 years now, and last night I thought was the first night he just played the game of hockey and played just without fear. And I mean, not fear of the opponent, just fear of making a mistake. He just played. He was loose. He did what he does, and he was playing with two big guys, so he didn't have to bear the responsibility of being a physical guy, scoring goals, getting back. I thought he had a great night last night, so it was a tremendous impact.
I do too. I mean, he certainly added a nice element to that line for sure. Some people are saying, you played a great first period, you played a not so great second period, but a great third period. What do we do tonight to keep that intensity up for the full 60 minutes?
You know what? The second period's really been an Achilles for us. And, I mean, we jokingly said here in the pregame, I just forfeit the second spot, the team 2 goals, and just save the energy and play period one and period 2. It's not played that way. Tonight's all about focus. We come out very focused. We have high energy in the first period. In the second period, we just kind of expect it to happen, and we forget there's opposing sweaters on the other side of the line. And it takes us, 10, 12 minutes to get back into it. So tonight's about focus. We already talked in the room before warm-ups. We don't want to give up any more than 21 shots on goals tonight. We really want to make them find ways to get shots and earn every bit of the ice tonight.
So we want to be hard to play against, right,
absolutely.
Coach?
That's our mantra.
Yeah. So, as we look at our schedule, tonight starts a 3-game kind of schedule that's going to be challenging for us, right? We got RMU, and then next week we've got John Carroll and Kent State, who we believe will probably be our biggest competition this year.
Yeah.
So we've got to be on top of our game for sure starting tonight. Hey, Coach, real quick shout-out. I know it's going to be a bit abbreviated, if I could say that correctly, edition of Coach's Corner, but I want to reach out and thank our support staff for making this all possible. Peyton Trollinger, our play-by-play guy, along with Alex Donaldson, have been tremendous. Coach, you want to recognize?
Our media team, Megan, Amaya, just really keep everything going. I mean, they do so many things behind the scenes, more than just what they put on social media. I mean, they do the score sheet before the game. They kind of keep us on track and what time we're supposed to be here and there. And we can't forget about Cam Longitano. Cam is our equipment manager. The things that he does behind the scenes, whether it's fixing a helmet with a screwdriver or, getting one of those fiber tiles to keep the windshields clear. He's on top of it, and he's always there. And
Johnny on the spot, right, Coach?
Johnny
on the spot.
Yep.
And I guess I want to mention one more guy. I mean, he's our warrior coach. He's our strength coach. He's our nutritionalist, and that's Blaine Beal. Blaine's been a kind of, what would you call Blaine? How would you describe him?
I just describe him as warrior. I can't really say anything more than I think he's a monster. That's all I can say.
So shout out to you, Blaine, in Chicago. Thanks for all your support this year. Anything from the mailbag, Coach?
No, not today. No mailbag. I didn't get to look at it, so we'll save those for the next ones.
All right. Well, I do have a letter from the mailbag tonight.
Perfect.
And it comes from Jim from Katanning. Oh, Jim from Katanning.
Jim from Katanning.
Jim wants to know if you have any superstition before the game. What is it? What is your one superstition before the game?
I have so many superstitions.
Just give us your top one, Coach.
My top one is I have a cup of coffee. Not a full cup of coffee. It's 3/4 a cup of coffee. If they fill it to the top, I dump it out before I take a drink of it. So I drink a 3/4 cup of coffee before I come to the rink every single game.
All right.
For the last N years. So I have OCD. I could go on and on. We need a Coach's Corner psychology hour.
Yeah, we don't have enough film for that right now. So everybody, thanks for watching tonight's edition of Coach's Corner. Hopefully we can bring another win home for the IUP Crimson Hawks. Appreciate everybody's support. Let's go Hawks.
Let's go Hawks.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to S&T Bank Arena for the little CHMA divisional matchup between the Robert Morris University Colonials and the IUP Crimson Hawks. My name is Peyton Trollinger. I'll be taking care of the play-by-play duties alongside my color analyst, Alexander Donaldson. So, right underway, had a little bit of difficulties in the pregame, but we're going to keep rolling. Here on the side, Johnson, he'll lose the puck. In the neutral zone, picking it up is Walker. Here's a break, shot, and that one a little high of Jared Stahl, who will be in net back-to-back games.
I was just about to say, it's an interesting point that he's in 4 back-to-back games because, of course, he played last night, and that game went on for a little long. Now, it wasn't tested too much. That game ended in a 10-3 win for IUP, and much of those, they came in bunches, and he didn't have too much of a night last night, so he'll suit up 2 days in a row tonight against RMU.
Neutral zone dump, and picking up is Hunter Fairman. Fairman on the right wing side, shot, and that one hits the side of the goal. Fairman still forechecking, gathers the puck. He'll just dump that one in. To retrieve it, Jace Rarick on the corner boards. Rarick up to the point to Donovan. Donovan trying to get it down low to Rarick. The pass will miss. Colonials entering the offensive zone. With that now is Zoerner. And that one turned over. Here's Hunter Fairman again. Fairman gains the zone, drops it back for Rarick. Rarick spins on the dime. Up to the point, looking over his options. Rarick, good stick handling work. Retreat behind the net, evades a hit. That one turned over by Zoerner. And to clear this one out, misfired pass, but it gets to Hodgson, and RMU and IUP are going to go for a change.
Yeah, some action early on, and RMU's defense hasn't been tested too much, really back and forth battle.
Now behind the net of Stahl, IUP fishes for the puck. Those far corner boards, Crimson Hawks still trying to get the puck out, and they finally do.
That one cleared all the way out. RMU hasn't set up in the zone yet, and that was the closest that they've come. And now they have trouble getting out of their own zone.
We saw this a lot last night. IUP doing a phenomenal job on the forecheck, especially in that first period. Let's see if they can repeat it here tonight. Shot blocked by Soy. RMU retains possession, however. Up to the point to Hodgson. Finnegan will knock that one down. Finnegan gets there again, puts a shot on, and Stahl is able to cover up. Sinicki had to protect his goalie there. 17:35 to play in the first period. Still a tie game at 0 apiece.
Yeah, a little bit of physicality there as you saw Sinicki clearing out the crease. These two teams, last time they played, it was in the playoffs, and that was when RMU's playoff hopes diminished as IUP came in and, of course, went to nationals last season. So certainly, Robert Morris University looking to get a measure of revenge, and, well, they lead in the shot department thus far.
IUP trying to defend that divisional title as Richard Wild gets a shot on and a pad save by Patrick. Sinicki trying to center that one in the slot. No one's home. Here's Wild pressuring his man. RMU is intercepted by Trimber. Going back to play that puck is number 5, Makrikostas. RMU dumps this one down in the IUP zone. No icing called here. IUP, this time icing will be called on the Crimson Hawks. And the Colonials are going to get some fresh legs, and IUP is going to have to win a defensive zone draw, Alex.
Yep, IUP's going to stay out there, like you said, sending it all the way down. Obviously, they bank on those stretch passes, and that normally results in icings against IUP or drawn up plays. But that time, just trying to get it out of the zone, and IUP's facing pressure. They really didn't last night at all. Some adversity out there on the ice.
They're able to get the defensive zone draw win, and here's Jeffrey Boker, the birthday boy, with a shot blocked. Picking that one up is Zoerner, leaving the zone with some speed. Malloy trying to pressure at the blue line, and comes away with it. Malloy will dump that puck in. Had a monster night last night. 2 goals, 2 assists for the Grinder.
Yeah, first star of the game, and certainly had an impressive night. really showed a lot of facets of his game.
Here's a turnover. Shot. Spencer Johnston with the save. And a big hit along the boards by Metric. Tries to go up and play that puck, and high stick is going to be called here.
Yeah, the whistle in the RMU defensive zone brings that activity to a close, but both teams will a little bit, or I should say RMU gets a change. IUP keeping them out there, of course. Johnston, we've seen produce over the season. Metric's a good playmaker, and of course Malloy. It's a good scoring line for IUP.
It really is. Let's see if they're going to connect here tonight. RMU leaving the zone, taking it as Michael Hurst, top point getter for the Colonials, 8 points in 8 games. Here's Malloy trying to set something up in the neutral zone, sent down the length of the ice by Hurst. Stahl out to play it. Colonials with possession in the slot, and a shot, and Stahl drops in a butterfly for a much-needed save to bail out his Hawks.
Yeah, stopping the clock and giving up the line change for IUP. Strategic there to close this one out. When we look at the starting goalies on both sides of the puck, we talked about Jared Stahl, but on the other end, starting in goal, number 31, it looks like Reno Patrick for RMU, and he's been tested once.
Here's an opportunity for IUP. Jace Rurick, a shot on goal, big rebound, and RMU doing a great job to control it.
Make it twice on that last
Back
shot.
on the other side, and a good shot blocked by Dunham. Puts it off in the corner. Sela trying to body his man off the puck as it goes on the other side. Finnegan dumping it down low, retrieving it as Hurst. Dunham to control, turned over. Dunham picks it up again. 15 minutes to play in the first period, still 0-0. RMU with a turnover here in the offensive zone. Centering pass, and Stahl didn't know where it was. Here's Finnegan at the point. Working, puts a shot on, a pad save by Stahl. RMU putting on the pressure now. Drop pass to Finnegan. Down low, puts a shot on, and right into the trapper of Stahl.
Saw that one all the way, and I think the Colonials coming out there and showcased by them immediately coming off there, just trying to dump that shot in and just get a whistle in order to get a clean line change. That they do, and on top of that, they get an offensive zone draw.
RMU with the draw win, another shot, and that one wide of Stahl. IUP gets a much-needed clear, and on the pressure, the other birthday boy, Trent London, also had a really good game last night. 2 goals and an assist for number 67. And here he goes in the offensive zone, pulls a move, still has control, trying to center the pass. Good defense by RMU. Here's Maddox Rarick. Zach Soy, great job to keep that puck in, but RMU takes it out. Here's Moran. Moran with the pass, and not on target as Stahl. Going to cover that one up. 7-2, the shot differential in RMU's favor, Alex.
6 minutes into this first period, and like you said, already 9 shots between these two teams, but overwhelmingly on RMU's side, and they are using these shots. Hey, they're just trying to go quantity over quality right now. Haven't gotten great looks, but they've got numbers. There's another one on Stahl there.
Jared Stahl was hot last night. Unfortunately, they only gave up 3, but it was to one particular player, William Neal. He had a great game for the Lakers last night. The only offense for Mercyhurst, and he just found Stahl's weakness. Let's see if he can correct those tonight, as RMU still setting up in the zone. Turned over by Ziemba. Now a through pass to get to London. Adams with some speed, forces man into the boards. Adams turns, pulls a move, shot by Boker. That one's still loose, and finally Patrick is able to cover it up.
Nice glove save up in the air, and obviously that drive wouldn't have happened if it weren't for Jordan Adams on the forecheck, getting in there, picking the pockets. He plays the blind spots just like the best receivers in the NFL. Talk about one of the guys, Antonio Brown. He was great at that. That's exactly what he's doing out there, right behind, and he knows exactly where the head's turning. He's getting behind, but instead of making catches, he's picking pockets.
Now Boker tries to play that puck in the corner. Getting some help by Richie Wild. Send that up to Donovan at the point. That one's tipped by Trimber. but a little high of the net. Trimber pinning his man, picked up by Boker. Boker centering past the Wild. That one blocked, and Patrick will jump on the loose puck.
Wild hesitating there on the release in the slot. Could have one-timed that one, but it was a little bit behind, and sometimes that works to your advantage, pulling it in and immediately ripping it, but had to get it around the defender. It's a good pass and overall good setup, and at the end of the day, IUP gets a shot and an offensive zone draw.
Here's Donovan. He'll flip it further into the RMU zone off the face-off win. Trimber finishing the check, now back the other way. Donovan gets control, gets it up to Boker. Now neutral zone pass to Wild, a little bit too strong for him, and retreating with it is Finnegan behind the net. Good block by Boker to keep it in the zone. And that puck's going to go into the IUP bench, and we have another stoppage of play.
De La Fuente getting a stick on that one at the red line, and he's a guy who can break out up the wing. We saw last night IUP's defense does a great job at standing their ground and pushing guys to the outside, not letting them pass the blue line. And over the last 4 minutes, IUP's done a good job at keeping pressure away from Stahl.
Now here's a turnover in neutral ice. It's Chase Malloy, and a shot in that one. Thankfully blocked by an RMU stick into the roof of S&T Bank Arena.
Keith Reed there playing back on defense, number 8, and he'll head to the face-off circle to take this one. Two-way players are obviously crucial to the game, but forwards blocking shots, you love to see that from the bench.
Malloy gets it off the tie-up. Here's Finnegan. Now Dunham to dump it further in the Colonial zone. Going back to play, looking over his options is Hodgson, turned over by Malloy. Centering pass to Johnston, puts a shot on, and there to make the save is Patrick.
Nice snapshot in the slot. It's tough to stop those in close range.
Johnston had the opening goal last night, trying to keep that fire going. Maybe not the opening goal, but he was on that score sheet for sure.
Yeah, set up 2 goals and 2 primary assists, 1 in the first period.
Here's Malloy grinding away with that puck, trying to make a play, and it'll go up to Dunham at the point. Back down low to Malloy. Malloy scanning, puts a shot on and right into the glove, or as we thought, had a little bit of trouble with that with Patrick, but he'll cover that one up with 11.5 to play in the first period.
Like that stick battle down there between Finnegan and Metre. These 2 guys, long wingspans on them, and so they have long sticks. That time, Metric there trying to poke at it, and he got cleared out pretty quickly. But trouble in the paint can be a real problem.
On the tie-up, RMU gets it. Zach Soy keeping it in. Not for long. Soy breaking up that neutral zone pass and goes back down the length of the ice, and Stahl will get a cover on it.
Good job by Soy to shut down that chance for Chiaramonte, I should say, as he was going in, looking in at the goal, but able to break that up, and him and Sinicki combining to shut down that play.
And a quick shot on goal. That one patted away by Stahl. Fairman trying to get this puck out. Shot from the point. Stahl doesn't know where it's at, and it's somehow in between his legs. What a reactionary save by Jared Stahl.
Macrocostas with that high point shot came down and didn't deflect on its way in, but took a weird bounce off his pads. And it went 5-hole for a minute, but he did a good job to spin around and hold those pads together, securing it for the whistle.
Another tie-up win for IUP. Coming away with it is Shane Miller. Up the left wing side to Rarick, trying to center the pass to Miller, not home. Shot through traffic by Fairman, not going to get there. Miller grinding with the puck. Good stick lift by Ragno. And Patrick's able to jump on that one, so an offensive zone draw pending for the Crimson Hawks.
And as we wait for the whistle, we'll talk about IUP Hockey's fundraiser night at the races. That will be at the Katanning Township Fire Department Hall. It will be on November 10th, starting at 7 o'clock. 12 races, 8 horses per race. Admission $10 without a horse. Cost per horse is $40. Tickets cover the costs of non-alcoholic drinks and snacks there. And if you are interested, please contact Jim Rarick at gmail.com.
Indeed. Make sure you're supporting these college athletes and the program of IUP, as there's a blocker save by Stahl. Another opportunity by RMU. Good defensive stick by Jace Rarick. Trying to calm this one down is Zach Soy. Back to his partner hard is Sinicki. Up the ice to Miller, and he'll tip that one over. Quick line change for the Hawks. Miller to pressure. Approaching the halfway point of this first period. Still 0-0, 10-5. The shot department in RMU's on top.
Double the amount of shots that IUP has had.
Oh, and here's a turnover. It's Trent London on the breakaway. Pad save by Reno Patrick. Just getting the pad down. And that he had to be ready for that one, Alex.
And it beat him. It beat him for a hot second, but he got the pad down and covered it with the pad. It was right underneath the left pad of Patrick, and he didn't even have it when the whistle blew. No other forwards in the area to poke it home. We saw one last night where it was on the doorstep and it was chipped in. That time, unsuccessful.
Now firing in the slot is Maddox Rurick, and it goes up into the netting. Crimson Hawks are buzzing here, Alex.
Yeah, staying in the offensive zone. You like to see the pressure, trying to get that shot total up a little bit. Again, just past the midway point of this first period, and IUP trying to claw back, but they focus on quality shots, and well, they're peppering them on Patrick, and he's been up to the challenge.
Off the draw, it's RMU. Taking it up is Baran. He'll dump it in. First back is Donovan, trying to stick that puck away from the defender. He does. Coming away with a Ziemba, he'll dump it in the neutral zone.
I like that play by Hodgson to just dump it into IUP territory. He was on his heels there, but made a good play.
Too strong of a pass, and who's coming away with it is Jordan Adams out of nowhere. Gets it up to Maddox Rurick, stick tied up, didn't get the shot he wanted.
Adams playing the blind spot of the broadcasters, too.
Here's Maddox Rurick, leading goal scorer. We'll get it over to Adams. Adams over to London, cross crease, and it goes in. Trent London gets it past Patrick to take the 1-0 lead.
Able to backhand poke that one through the wickets, and it just stumbled on through. And we saw earlier the bounce stayed in his pads. That time it squirted out. Beautiful play by Adams to force a turnover initially and come back. His forechecking is elite. He's helping his line produce, and Maddox, Rurick, London, and Adams out there, that line's going to get you a goal.
So the birthday boy is able to cash in, and it doesn't really get much better than that, Alex. His team's up 1-0, but they got to keep the intensity up. No icing going to be called here. Trimber trying to block that puck. Wild trying to keep the puck in. Not going to go. Now back the other way is RMU. It's Palumbo. Dropping it back in the slot. That one going behind the net is Dunham. Dunham pinning his man on the board. Coming away with it is the Colonials. In tight. Can't get a shot off. Stahl is ready, though. Great defense by the Hawks here as it's up to the point to Macri Costas. Intercepted by Dunham, who'll get it up the ice to Trimber. Dominic Trimber drops it to Boker, and he'll back to himself. Here's Boker behind the net. Wraparound try. The pads there by Patrick. Shift is kept alive. Getting there is Palumbo, who will dump that puck out, and RMU is going to get a much-needed change. Good job by Sela to get that puck in the corner.
Yeah, use the body. A little bit of desperation, but it worked.
Look for a defensive pairing change by the Hawks, and they're going to get it as the puck down the other side of the ice. Miscommunication here. Spencer Johnston picks it up in the high slot. Metric didn't have a stick down. Now shot from the point by Soy. That one tipped by Metric, but off target. Turnover in the zone. Coming up with it now is Shiramonte. He's turned over. That one gloved down by Sinicki. Leaves the zone to Johnston in neutral ice. Johnston splits the defense on the boards. Centering pass. No one's there. It's Zach Soy. Soy can't get a good shot off. And that one's going to leave the zone for the Colonials. 7 minutes now to play in this first period. The difference maker was Trent London. It's 1-0 IUP. Chase behind the ice, and another miscommunication as Metric is there. Metric sending it around the other side to Ziemba. Ziemba shot through traffic. That one's still loose, and Metric couldn't get the backhander on it.
Nice spin there, but just couldn't find it. When you're making a play like that, you're just hoping it hits your stick.
He had the right idea, just couldn't get the hand-eye and the timing down. As IUP is going to slow this one down.
Yeah, waiting for the physical play at the bench to stop Miller and Patton going at it. Uh-oh,
here we go. It's Fairman on a 2-on-1 with Rurick. Fairman gets it over, and an own goal as it hits off the defenseman. Hunter Fairman going to get credit for that one. It's 2-0 Hawks.
Hunter Hodgson immediately to the bench and has his head down, and you hate that as a defender. As a goalie, see that in front, you can't blame him, but who else are you going to blame? It's cross pass, but either way, it was a 2-on-1 for IUP, and they set themselves up in a great situation where it didn't matter if it came across, they were going to get a quality shot off anyway. That one, though, as Patrick was waiting for the shot, goes right through the wickets. Another 5-hole against him.
Now Miller off the tie-up. Gets it in the offensive zone, gets a quick shot, that one not covered, and it's going to be picked up by Brine. Up the ice in neutral territory, it's going to be Draper. So Jace Rarick and Miller are going to get credited for the assist on the Fairman goal.
Surprised they're giving assists. Could have qualified as an own goal.
Now here's Ziemba getting that puck to Fairman, and he'll dump it in. Jace Rarick on the attack. Rarick puts his man into the boards, and the officials saw that. He's going to go sit.
Miller's not very happy with that call, and nobody on the ice is. I think it was on the far side. I didn't catch the number. I think it was Kohlberg that went down. Again, 5.5 to go, and RMU's going to head on to the power play. As both teams coming out here. It looks like Boker will start in the face-off circle, and it's Boker and Maddox out there. These two guys can kill a penalty, and they'll have to keep a 2-goal lead.
Coaches talked about in the pregame show last night that special teams make up about 30% of a hockey game, and you got to be ready to play. Either you're up a man or you're down a man. Zach Soy getting that to Sinicki. He has plenty of time to clear, and he's going to rip that one down the ice.
Yeah, no mistake there by Sinicki on the far side, and you can tell RMU just was never set up in the zone with how much ice that Sinicki had to work with there.
Pushing it up the ice is going to be Hodgson. Hodgson pins Soy on the boards. Coming away with it is RMU, puts a shot on Stahl, and the rebound kicked away by Maddox Rarick. Taking that powerful shot, Keith Reed on the power play. Couldn't cash, though.
Yeah, and so far that's their only shot on the power play. Just IUP giving them problems.
Johnson heavily forechecking on the penalty kill, as this team is known to do. Picking it up for RMU, number 14, Ragno, the rookie. Behind. Now up to the point. That's going to be the Hodgson. Hodgson, a shot. That one blocked by IUP. Working down low, and a misfired pass will have to make RMU set up again.
I understand getting your guys off, but I don't like changes like that being made on the power play in the first or third periods. Takes your defenseman way too out of position.
Good positioning by Ziemba to prevent the cross-crease pass.
And Donovan there looking to break out. The defender's playing up.
And Chase Malloy getting the clear, puts a shot on right into the logo of Patrick. 16 seconds to go on the power play for RMU.
Yeah, smart play by Chase Malloy. He had 3 guys in the area, just didn't want to have the chance of a turnover and a man down. He'll just throw that one on net and get the whistle. With 16 seconds to go, it's going to be tough for RMU to come off and set up flat-footed from this face-off.
Miller on the clean face-off win. Will try to kill some time on this penalty. Drops it down to 5 seconds. Now RMU get it over to Ragno, and we're back to even strength for both squads. Now a turnover in neutral ice. Here's Chase Rarick. Rarick on the near side, puts a backhander up. Good pad stop. That along the boards to Miller. Back up high to Dunham. Dunham, a shot blocker saved by Patrick. Back up high, Sela will dump it in. Getting there first, number 27, that's Walker. Walker, get it up to De La Fuente. Fairman pressuring. Still not out of the zone, finally out by Walker.
Yeah, Rarick hunted him down straight from the blue line, and IUP's not giving him an inch on, since that power play started.
Trying to enter that zone is De La Fuente, but he's bodied off the puck, and IUP will clear to neutral's ice. Stahl having trouble playing that puck behind. It'll wrap around the board some more. 2.5 to play in this first period. Still 2-0 IUP. Fairman fishing that puck out. Dump it back down to neutral ice. Entering the zone, number 8, that's Keith Reed. Reed will go behind the net, pressured by Sela. Trying to center the pass. Good defense by Maddox Rarick.
Saw Hurst out in front trying to get that puck through.
Oh, and here we go. Here's London centering the pass, and a good block by Zoerner. To his defensive partner, that's Zach Soy. Back over to Sinicki. Sinicki goes to the neutral ice, pulls a couple moves. Good stick handling by the defenseman.
Yeah, normally using his body to make plays, but they're using the stick instead.
And this one shot down the length of the ice by RMU. So an icing call will go against the Colonials. 1:38 to play, and IUP is going to have an offensive zone draw late in this period.
Yeah, the Crimson Hawks up 2-0. I don't think any of the coaches are surprised from the far side, but from our vantage point, this is a very even game. I mean, shot totals are 11 apiece, but IUP, since that penalty kill, have had most of the possession.
London off the draw. Blocker saved by Patrick. He saw the corner, but the blocker answers.
Puck there hit the ice bounds in front of the bench, slowed down its momentum, and kind of broke up that play.
Up to the point. That one a misfired pass. London, if he hurries, there's going to be a 2-on-1. Great defense, though, by Hodgson, trying to atone for his mistake earlier. Centering pass. Couldn't get the stick on it, was Moran. London send that puck in, makes a responsible play, and goes for a change.
Yeah, smart play with a minute to go in the period just to dump it in, and wow!
What a hit by Dominic Trimber. That's a guy, you don't see him on the scoreboard a lot, but, man, he plays great off the puck, and he's going to send him to the bench, and he's hurt. And we have a stoppage of play here.
I'm not sure what the call is. It looked like a hold, but nobody, or a hooking call again, or on Wild as he came in, and the stick literally wrapped around his arm, and you could see as the puck went past, he literally spun around, had it under his arm. So he was hooked the entire time and wasn't able to finish that feed across. This should be a hooking call against RMU, but I did not see an arm go up, and I don't know if the referee saw that or didn't see that and blew the whistle anyway. Either way, some confusion on that far bench, and yeah, he will head off. That'll be IUP's first power play opportunity. 43 seconds to go in the period.
So Garrett Walker will sit down, and this is going to be an opportunity for this IUP power play unit. Johnston off the draw, gets it up to Jace Rarick at the point. Down low to London. He's already struck in this game. Back down to 67 London. Rarick at the point, centers it, puts a backhander on, and a good stick save by Patrick.
Normally Miller passes that puck. I don't think the goalie wasn't expecting a shot there. He made the save nonetheless.
Johnson at the face-off circle, back down low. 19 seconds of play, turned over, and RMU will not clear this puck. It'll hit the roof again. With only 15 seconds to play, we have another offensive zone draw for the Crimson Hawks.
You know, and something like that, if you're a defender who just cleared that one out, you just got to look up at the ceiling. It's rough to have that come down. He was just trying to clear it and walk out the period. IUP might get another chance, though, the final 11.
Down low, here's Johnston. One-timer by Jace Rarick, and he's not able to connect.
Like that formation going down on one knee, getting all on it, but pulled the trigger a little too early, so that puck rode a little high. and we'll see where this faceoff will go. It will come out of the zone, even though that shot, again, deflected, and the shot was taken at the faceoff circle. Rurick's pleading his case.
Johnston with the draw, tries to split the defense, and he pays the price for it. Now
and an extra shot. Sorry to cut you off there, but some physicality after that hit. Rurick did not like it. He was already fired up after that faceoff came out of the zone. So see if that carries over to the next period.
It is going to be something to pay attention to, but after the first 20 minutes of play, IUP's up 2-0. Alex, any final thoughts before we send it to intermission?
Well, obviously RMU is going to come out a man short, but they only have 76 seconds to kill on the power play. So they'll come out, try to stop this one off. Of course, the penalty was taken, stopping almost a sure goal. Let's see if they can, validate this penalty and kill the rest of it off. But yeah, we'll be back in 15 for the next period, right?
Indeed we will, and don't go anywhere. Second period of action when we come back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to S&T Bank Arena for the second period between the Crimson Hawks and the Colonials. It's 2-0 IUP, and they're going to have a minute 16 on the power play as there was a penalty taken at the later stages of the first period. What's going to happen, Alex?
Well, you saw there the power play unit huddling up and coming to the face-off circle, ready to go, but RMU off the face-off. They're going to clear it down. And IUP's going to have about a minute if they can set up quickly.
Good idea by RMU. Here's Ziemba to reset. Fairman on the sweep. Shoveling that to Soy. Ziemba pulls a move in the neutral zone. Gains. Ziemba still in the corner. He's going to dump it around behind the net to Metric. Metric to Fairman at the point. Now to Soy, back to Fairman. Fairman, a shot from the point, patted away by Patrick. Into the corner, RMU can't clear. 35 seconds to go on the power play. Here's Fairman. Fairman, still at the point, drops it down low. Now a centering pass to Ziemba. He didn't get all of it. Here's RMU. They still cannot clear. Good effort by Metric. Picking it up and going is RMU, and they finally get it out from the effort of Zoerner. Here he goes, trying to pull a move on Soy. Behind the net, 10 seconds to go on the power play. Here's Metric. He's got to hurry, and he's hit hard along the boards by Zoerner.
That's about it for IUP's power play. Just couldn't get set up, and it's tough to do that after losing that draw right at the beginning of the second period. It's tough to get back up ice, especially after a fully rested penalty kill.
Yes. It's a little neutral zone play. RMU somehow onside. The officials didn't call it. Good stick by Ziemba.
Yeah, I saw that too, Peyton. And, there's another one there that could have been called. But the way the puck continuing to move and the play plays on.
The officials don't call it. You got to keep playing. Now down low is Reed. Reed trying to send it up. RMU can't keep it in the zone. Richie Wild overskates it. It's Ziemba pushing it forward. Battling on the corner boards. And RMU coming up the near side. Coming is Hurst. Hurst sticked away by Stahl. Hurst sends it up to the point. Here's Finnegan. Finnegan down low to Hurst, and what a wraparound try, but the pad saved by Stahl.
Deflection off of Reed, and it bounced out right in the way of an IUP scoring chance, or RMU scoring chance, right in front of the slot. Weird bounce there.
Colonials with some good defensive stick work as they get this puck out. Shot from the point goes wide. Carrying it is De La Fuente. Sinicki with control of it on the near boards. Now a quick shot by Patton goes wide. And that one will go up into the netting. 17:03 to play in the second period.
So far, the Colonials have really been pressing against IUP. Crimson Hawks just really haven't gotten quality shots off. And on the other end, RMU's starting to force some turnovers, a lot like we saw IUP do it last period. They got to do that down by 2.
Tie up on the draw, goes back to the point to RMU. A shot through traffic, and the trapper of Stahl is able to get there first.
Credit in front to Evan Sala, clearing out the crease. He had 2 guys on him and kept him to the right of Stahl's vision. Saw that one all the way and watched it go directly into the glove.
Yeah, that's one thing you have to be aware of as a defenseman, especially a good defenseman, is knowing where your goalie's head is and making sure he can have a clear line to the puck. Now up the ice, here's Trent London. 2-on-1. London trying to send it over, and great defense by the Colonials, slowing that puck down to avoid the 2-on-1.
London overskated that puck a little bit, couldn't get a clean pass to Adams, but hey, we've seen that go in 9 times out of 10 if it makes it across. Close opportunity for IUP.
Extremely, and he's already struck once.
Oh, wow. Big hit by Sinicki, and the coaches want to call.
And a turnover. Here's London. He'll go behind the net. At least he thought. Quick shot on Patrick.
London says it's in, yeah. And I think it is as well. It went off his back, and I'm pretty sure that's behind the red line, or at least went back. in his pads. Where that puck came out of his right leg, he was hugging the post. If it was in his left pad, that would have been a goal, but he kept that right pad to the outside. Literally a 50-50 shot there. But London looking for his second of the game.
Now, Alex, that looks a little familiar as a Flyers fan, doesn't it? The playoff Stanley Cup final with Patrick Kane, does it?
That was London's a right-hand shot. Kane was a snipe up top, but trying to bank it off the back. And we've seen
here's
bounces
Malloy!
like that.
Chase Malloy, and it sneaks past Patrick, and IUP up 3-0 now.
And I was just saying, weird bounces, and they were trying to bank on that behind the goalie before, this time taking it out in front, and I don't even know what it hit off it. I didn't hear a ping, but it might have gone off the post and gone in. Tough to see from here, but it was a weird angle shot nonetheless. And like I was saying, we see weird goals, on the ice, and that no exception.
Chase Malloy continuing his hot stretch. 2 goals, 2 assists last night, and he's on the board for the first time tonight. It's 3-0 Crimson Hawks. Shot by RMU goes wide of Stahl. Working down low is Kohlberg. Coughs that one up, keeping it in, though, is number 25. That's Nathan Isaac. Malloy takes control. Here's Johnston splitting the defense. He can't clear him, though. Now, quick 1-0. A little too many quick passes. Now a shot. That one wide for RMU's Brine. Now another shot sticked away by Stahl. Behind the net they work. Donovan picks it up. Trying to get this one cleared out. And RMU stays on the attack. And the Crimson Hawks finally clear the blue. Colonials offside now.
A nice poke ahead by Johnston to force him to have to react to the delayed offside.
Johnston working on the backhand. He's taken down hard. No call made. And now it's up to the point. Sends it over to Ziemba. And that one gloved easily by Reno Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick came all the way out of the crease a little bit to slow that down because IUP was starting to roll in the offensive zone. He's seen that a couple times tonight. Those long passes around the outside. Once IUP gets a string of 2 or 3 of them together, it can be really turn the pressure on Patrick. And so just trying to get the whistle and stop the play.
Miller wins it. Rierick, a shot. That one blocked in traffic. RMU to clear the zone. Skating on the other side, they'll dump it in. Dunham getting there, sending up to the point, turnover. Puck battle down low in these near corner boards. Who's going to come away with it? RMU seems to be making some progress here. 14:35 to play in the second period, 3-0 IUP.
RMU wants a cross check, they won't get it.
Now finally getting it free, it's Patton. Up to the point, a shot. That one hits the stick of Rierick and into the netting for a stoppage.
We'll say the Colonials bench certainly being vocal, and like I said on that last play, they were looking for a cross-checking call in the corner. It's not the only time that they've been looking for calls, and so far only 1 power play to each side. But they're trying to get any edge they can. Down by 3 now. 15 to go or 14 and a half to go in the second.
RMU keeps it in the IUP zone. Going to dump it behind the net. Sinicki, quick on his skates, will try to send it up. A little too hard on the play. Battle on that faceoff dot, and Miller is able to clear it.
Beautiful stick raise coming around to find the angle, get the leverage up, and get possession. However, the clear results in an icing. It's going to come back the other way. And Miller out there, he's been physical, and he's had a couple pushes and shoves after the play. No exception there. He's letting them know who won that stick battle.
Well, and we saw Miller lay the body perfectly last night against one of the Mercyhurst players. And I mentioned last night, he's not the tallest player, but he can definitely lay the body as Rierick is able to drop it off to Fairman. Loses control of the puck. They still keep it in, though. It's Hunter Fairman dancing at the line. Rierick puts a move on, still keeps possession. He's battling pretty hard out there. And a turnover. Here's Fairman. He can't quite control it. And back the other way is RMU. Good stick by Sinicki, and he sends it down.
That bounce there could have gone either way, but Sinicki batted it in the right direction. It's not going to show up on the score sheet, but that saved a chance.
Here's Fairman entering the zone.
Wow.
And that one going in. Hunter Fairman finds a hole. It's 4-0 IUP.
And that's a goalie you're always taught to go down on one knee, get the other pad on the ice and the other one against the post, put his body up there. And we saw earlier that IUP's been targeting up high on bad angles. That time, Fairman goes down low. A complete change-up than what we've seen so far. Now it's 4 goals for IUP, 2 in each period.
Fairman, 2 goals on the night so far. And look at this, Alex. A goalie pool, and IUP is letting Patrick hear it. Coming in to back him up, it's going to be number 35. I do not have a number 35, at least on my roster.
I do not either.
Let's see if we have one here. There is no number 35, so I am very sorry to the audience at home. The only other goalie on the roster for RMU is Patrick Colburn, and he wears number 30.
Yeah, they have two goalies on their bench as well. Can't tell who the other number is, trying to do a process of elimination. But
so here's a shot. Quick save by Stahl, and a desperation poke to the corner. Down low, he'll take it to Hurst. Poked away. Here's Trimber sending that one up. That one going down the ice. No icing called here as Makrikostas will send it around the boards. Boker trying to keep that intensity up. And the Colonials will get it out of their zone. Skating up is Makrikostas. Puts a shot a little wide of Stahl. Keeping possession. It's Palombo on the far side boards. Point shot, that one wide. 12:25 to play in the second period. 4-0 IUP. Off the stick of Hunter Fairman. Battling on the boards here, coming away with it. That's Walker trying to center that pass. No one's there. Shot for the point. Another shot. That one away, and Stahl somehow getting over to make the pad save. Still working as RMU. They have a lot of pressure in the zone. Some tired IUP bodies for sure. Richie Wild can't quite get it out. Now it's Draper. Send it down low. Coming away with it is Walker. Walker back down to Draper. And finally a stoppage of play. IUP clearing that in the RMU bench. And get a little bit of a breather here.
Both Patton and Walker just inches away from ending the donut on the board. 4-0 as the score still shows. And looks like IUP will have a timeout. Or RMU will instead. So, yeah, that's their one and only timeout. They'll have a minute to mull over the situation. But now, just about to say, on that last drive, the Colonials won a goal here.
Yes.
They are buzzing in the offensive zone. This is probably their best opportunity that they've had in the second period. And they are looking to connect and at least get a goal out of this. It's going to be a momentum swing if IUP cannot ward them off and clear the zone. And a little bit of desperation. And I don't like using that word. So a lot of times these drills are planned out and you're able to know, all right, this guy's going here, this step. But that time clearly shot out of play just to get the whistle. And IUP will have 20 more seconds to try to develop a counter to this situation that they find themselves in.
Well, we see this a lot. Coach Hanzo loves to call these timeouts. They weren't able to get the change, but he likes to call that timeout, let the players breathe a little bit. They are up in this game, but we've seen in the past, whenever IUP doesn't continue that intensity, they start to slack a little bit, and the opposition will come back into the game. That's something we talked about in Coach's Corner in the pre-show. So the Colonials, fresh off the timeout, in the offensive zone, it's Sela behind the net. Adams, dumping off the boards, can't get it out. Point shot blocked in traffic. Picking it up is Reed. Reed spins, dumps it back into Hurst. Hurst sticked away by Stahl. Great stick there by Jared Stahl as it's London who springs forward. London with a shot right in the chest and a save by number 35.
We're going to see 67's going to get right back up after taking that spill to the ice, but I want to bring it back all the way to that timeout. So you talked about the change that both teams are making. Well, IUP brought out Eric Dennis, who started the season as a defender, and he's kind of a two-way guy, but certainly has his defensive game down. Hanzo sent him out there to defend, and he had 3 defenders out there for a little bit. Dennis played more of a, standing role and making sure that puck stayed away. Great coaching call.
Now here's a 2-on-1, and what a shot! Picks the corner. Anthony Shiramonti will end the shutout streak for Stahl.
Nice play across, going up high, and Stahl trying to stack the pads a little bit. We saw Fleury do that a couple days ago in the NHL, trying to emulate it, but to no avail, and it goes top shelf over him. Still a 3-goal pad, but now IUP will have to do a little bit more to defend, and a bad odd man rush going the other way.
That really was. They couldn't get set up in the offensive zone. It ends up going the other way. A bad 2-on-1 breakout. And we've seen these opportunities bite IUP in the past. Oh, a wraparound try, and another quick goal. Guess who it is? Shiramonti, 4-2 RMU.
2 straight goals, almost back-to-back. Guy wasn't even done recording his first goal on the score sheet. Now they've cut IUP's lead in half in about 20 seconds. And this is certainly a game now.
Alex, that wasn't even 10 seconds. 9-second differential between both those goals. And they have turned this game upside down, and they're only down by 2. And they always say the 2-goal lead is the most dreaded lead in hockey. And will the Colonials prove that to be the case? RMU off the draw win. Will dump it into their own bench in a stoppage of play.
And the quick stoppage after the whistle, I think IUP, or after the draw, IUP will definitely take it. So you got to get your team settled. Now, coming off of the initial draw, we saw them score off on a wraparound attempt. Now this time, going to settle it down to the neutral zone, trying to calm it down. But we've had 4 goals evenly split this period.
So RMU will dump it in. So Dennis working, get it up to Rierick. Now RMU takes it. Finnegan will wrap it around the boards. Miller pins his man on the board. Still working with it is the Colonials. 2 goals in 9 seconds, trying to keep that momentum alive. They're playing with a fire we haven't seen all game. Sauced up the ice, will dump it in. And there's going to be no icing. Eric Dennis. Get that puck to Hunter Fairman. He'll fan on the puck on the clear.
Dennis, who saw come out as a forward earlier, now a defensive pairing with it looks like Dunham out there.
Throwing his stick was Fairman. He lost it. Still has to play. He'll pick it up. Now with it is De La Fuente. Now a shot from the point. That one wide. Patton will dump it around the boards. And now here's a turnover. It's Fairman. Fairman looking over his options. He sees Rierick. Jace Rierick trying to split the defense, and he's not able to do it. Great defensive play by the Colonials. Zach Soy sprinting from the bench. And here's another opportunity. In close, Stahl. He made the save. Didn't know where it was at. Cleared away by the defense.
Yeah, he really had no idea where that went after that shot.
And now Stahl is going to get the glove save and a much-needed stop. 9:09 to play in the second period.
Well, if you're an IUP player and you see your goalie spin around and that puck is about 3 feet out from the blue paint, certainly going into, panic mode, and the defense able to converge on that point and get that puck away before they were able to net that shot. But that rebound coming out, and it looks like IUP's defense experiencing a couple changes. Now it looks like out there is Ziemba and Donovan, a new look in that pairing. Wild
can't clear the zone. Coming away with it is Kohlberg. Trying to center the pass. Not going to go. Picked off by Trimber. Macri Costas up in the neutral zone. Board battle at neutral ice. RMU comes away with it again. It's Brine. Brine centering pass, and rob was Kohlberg. Trimber settling this one down. Can't clear, now finally does.
Nice job by Boker to tip that one ahead. He has great hand-eye coordination, used it there.
And he's using it again as he gets it to the RMU zone. Colonials will clear. It's Kohlberg skating up the ice. Kohlberg waits for reinforcements. Centering pass, and not on target was Strutt.
Beautiful play. Tough to play, though, with a bouncing puck, as that was. But Strutt nearly made it a one-goal game. IUP's got to get some offensive pressure now.
They really do. We talked about it in the pre-show, keeping up that intensity. Coach Glavich said the second period has really been the Achilles heel of this Crimson Hawk team, and they got to keep buzzing. That shot blocked by Soy. Taking control is Makrakostas. Up to the point, shot through traffic, and gloved up into the chest of Stahl.
Stahl getting a little bit of a sarcastic ovation from the RMU fans to the left of our booth. And they're letting him know about those 2 goals earlier, but he's been good since. He's been sprawling out, still confident enough to make those big plays with the pad coming out of nowhere.
Quick shot off the draw, a little off target. Taking that shot was Isaac. Sidnicki looking for an outlet to get out of his zone. London on the board pin. RMU comes away with it. Up to the point. Fakes a shot. Shot through traffic, and the pad save, gloved up by Stahl yet again.
And those slow shots that come in are so tough to handle if you're a goalie. You're expecting that up high, and that's exactly where he put the pad. That stayed along the ice, and a split-second decision made sure that IUP kept their 2-goal lead.
Defensive zone draw for the Hawks. Johnston tying up. Still no possession. And RMU will keep it in the zone. Outstanding forecheck by these Colonials in the last few minutes. Here's Dunham. RMU keeping it in. And now Dunham will finally skate it out of the zone. Dunham still in the offensive zone. He'll dump it around the boards. Johnston and Metric will meet. It's Metric coming away with it. Metric trying to center that pass in the slot. Good job by RMU to block his options. Metric still with the puck. Takes a shot. That one blocked. Behind the net is the Colonials. They're going to set up and go behind. And a good hit from behind. That one by Shiramonte. Retreating in his own end. Metric also laying the body too. You don't want to be on the receiving end of that one. Shot goes wide. Metric still battling behind the net. Johnston can't keep it there. Up to the point to Sela. Shot, deflection, and that one not going to go. RMU clears to the neutral zone.
Johnston in front, so close to deflecting that one in on goal, and well, it will register as a shot, but no goal.
Here's Miller facing some forecheck. He goes down, no call made. And that's going to be an offside, and back the other way is RMU. With some speed is De La Fuente, and a dramatic glove stop by Jared Stahl.
Stahl's got to love making those kind of saves. That left hand, getting that out there, seeing that puck all the way, and putting an end to that drive. And the physicality picking up here, but a lot of these hits haven't been reckless. They have been strategic and resulted in changes of possession. I will say, a lot different than we saw last night, where a lot of the hits were more of retribution. Now tonight, they're more of the game plan.
Colonials still having a relentless attitude when it comes to the forecheck in the offensive zone. IUP flips this puck into RMU territory. Fairman on the forecheck. IUP keeping it in the zone. Having some trouble is Rarick. And the Colonials will clear. Now some numbers for RMU. Force on the backhand, trying to get the shot. It hits the back of the net. Ziemba backhands pucks. Gets that one out. IUP wanting a call there. Fairman still struggling to get free. Coming this way now, it's going to be Walker. Walker sends this one in IUP territory. That one will just barely hit the netting, and we'll have a stoppage to play. 4:57 to play in the second period. 4-2 IUP leads.
And we saw a little bit there on that play. Like I said, last night it was a little chippy, and the hits were away from the play. We saw a little bit of that there, but the referee's not calling it so far. As far, no penalties in the second period either, besides the penalty that RMU killed off at the beginning of the period. But again, these two teams keeping it disciplined, but also highly intense.
Boker on the draw win. He'll get it back to Soy. RMU offside. They'll dump it back in further. Sinicki to his partner Soy, sends Boker. He got a stick on that, but they're still going to call this icing somehow.
Yeah, and that's one of those deflections that you just got to shake your head at, and it's going to come all the way back down. IUP's going to be stuck out there for an extra shift.
Soy got the puck to Boker, and he got the stick on it. You heard it. But the officials going to call icing in a defensive zone draw. Big one here. Boker ties him up and wins it anyway.
Oh, man, he is a face-off wizard out there. He can win it when he wants to, when he really, really wants to. Of course, he did fired up after that icing call.
Here's Soy dumping it to neutral territory. Wild on the forecheck, puts his man in the bench. On the bench. Up the ice to Trimber. Trimber gains the red and dumps it around. Getting there is RMU. Will dump it back behind the net. Coming away with his Macrocostas. Here's Richie Wild getting a stick on it. He's bodied off the puck. Colonials find a lane and a great through pass to Hurst. Hurst pulls some moves, gets a backhander, pad stopped by Stahl.
You see RMU starting to challenge Stahl down low.
Now here's London dropping it off to Boker in the offensive zone. Boker tried to find Sela, not enough reinforcements. Back the other way, RMU puts a shot on, not covered up, and a great stop by Stahl to keep it out.
Yeah, kicking that away from the bottom of his skates.
Now here's Adams with some speed. Adams on the left side, pulls the trigger, shot in a blocker save. Adams spins, gets it to London, and that one off the backside of the goalie, and Trent London gets the goal.
He tried it earlier, tried it again. That time it worked. Like I said, banking it off the goalie from behind, we've seen that be successful in the past. It was successful there to extend IUP's lead to 3 and realistically get momentum back on their side. RMU's been hemming IUP in their own zone, but on the Crimson Hawks' 20th shot, they want to make it a 3-goal game.
And that was a much-needed goal. Just like you said, Alex, that one really for the momentum, and it was all RMU for the most part, and they're finally able to get back to 3. So on just over 3 minutes left to play in the second period, IUP fresh off a goal by Trent London, his second of the night. Colonials in their own zone. Maddox Rurick given the secondary assist while Adams gets the primary. Now here's RMU, puts a shot on, and he had an opening, just couldn't get it to control. Now here's a break if IUP hurries. It's Johnston trying to get to that puck first. He'll body his man. RMU sends it back around. Dunham racing to keep it in, and he does. Metric puts his body to keep it in. Centering pass, Malloy was blocked. Now sending it back in the IUP zone is Shira Monty. The only 2 goals on the board for the Colonials. They have a fresh 5 out, and here's Metric. He's all alone. Justin Metric puts a shot. This rebound hits the post, and it stays out. The Colonials back the other way. Here comes Patton. Patton centering pass and not able to get on target is Walker.
Walker and Patton, they've been buzzing. No goals for either.
Oh, and a quick little deflection by Patton from the point, and Stahl's pad is able to meet it, and he'll glove it down.
Yeah, beautiful play coming across, but the release was a little too late as that puck trickled wide. It was a good job to recover, though, and follow that missed shot, ultimately getting possession back, send it to the point, get a shot down, and get the whistle.
Some unfriendly pleasantries exchanged by Johnson and Patton.
Just about to say, the Crimson Hawks have 6 skaters out there right now in the face-off circle.
Tied up, IUP gets control. Miller sends it for Rurick. Rurick puts on the burners. Jace Rurick to Fairman. Fairman waits, hesitates, gets it over to Miller. He couldn't pull the trigger on that one. Really good look. Nothing to it, though.
Sean Patton there, beautiful plays. Made plays in the offensive zone, but tying up the stick there, stopping Miller from pulling the trigger.
Now the Colonials puts a shot on. That one just clipping the post. In the offensive zone, De La Fuente getting the offense started. Behind his own net is Walker. Shot from the point, sticked away by Stahl to the corner. Now De La Fuente behind the net, up to the point. This is Finnegan. Finnegan down low. A delayed penalty here for the IUP. Colonials motioning the goalie to come off. Slap shot, and that one wide. He had him beat, but Patton couldn't get the accuracy down. Still delayed call, and finally, late whistle, and now some physical altercation with Shane Miller as he bodies a man down. The officials trying to break that one up.
Hodgson came through a little late, too. Gave Sinicki a shove. I'm surprised he didn't go after him. We saw Sinicki use the body, of course. Normally one of the guys who's in there and asserting himself, but that time, Rurick on the far side in it. Miller, as we talked about earlier, throwing the punches. And we'll see if there will be any extras heading to the box. Already one penalty against IUP.
So Shane Miller and Sean Payton we're going to be going to the box for a little trip there, at least to the end of the period. Offsetting penalties, most likely for roughing. The leadership squad for both sides with the officials trying to work this one out. 46.8 seconds to play in the second period. IUP up 5-2.
And I'll throw this out here. You look at the score of this game right now. It's a 3-goal difference, and you think, all right, that's a lot for a second period. This game certainly does not feel like it's a 3-goal difference. It feels very even. RMU has had a strong period. Now, of course, the Crimson Hawks have scored 3 times this period as opposed to the Colonials 2, but they've been good on offense, and they'll have 2 minutes total, and that'll trickle into the third period. Just like we saw at the beginning of this period. They got to convert early because it's tough to come off an opening faceoff and set up on the man advantage.
Already 0 for 1 tonight on the Colonials power play unit. They'll get another shot late in the second period. Boker, defensive zone draw win yet again. Sends it up to Rurick, who will dump it to neutral ice. Skating with the puck. It's going to be Zoner. So Blake Sinicki will be in the box for a cross check, and he'll join Miller in there. RMU trying to set up in their own zone.
It's tough. They're going to do this power play without Patton. As you heard, he's sitting for roughing.
Here's Hurst on his backhand behind the net. At the face-off circle.
Got to get a
back
shot.
Up to Hurst, a shot through traffic, and poking at the puck is RMU, even though he clearly had it covered, and Stahl has some words to say.
Yeah, divisional weekend. We saw Mercyhurst here last night, and IUP and RMU now going at it. We said that they have playoff history, and obviously there's some bad blood between these two divisional rivals. And it's showing with 1.4 to go in the second. Little extra shots at Stahl after the whistle, and that's going to draw a reaction.
So we usually see this move from the IUP coaches, but RMU is going to pull their goalie to try to get a last-second shot, 1.4 seconds to play. A little delayed on the face-off. Trying to get the shot just wide of Stahl. And that will be the end of the second period. And, of course, there's going to be some words exchanged. Officials are going to pull them apart.
Yeah, the clock expired, but tensions certainly have not.
Officials are trying to get both these teams back into the locker room. So while they're trying to round up the squads, Alex, do you have any thoughts on this second period? It was very entertaining, and there was a lot that happened.
Well, looking at RMU, coming out of this period, giving up 3 goals, it's certainly disheartening. But as period, they had 20 shots, entered the second with 11, exited with 31, and they've certainly been humming in the offensive zone. Now, it's going to be a tall order in the third, and maybe they can get some momentum winning out physicality, but they need to convert. And they're going to be in a very similar situation that IUP came into the second period with as they have just over a minute and now minute 13 on the power play that they'll have, but they need to get possession off the faceoff.
They do, and we mentioned it earlier. This is what IUP had to deal with. They had the power play coming into the third period. Now we got to see if RMU is going to be able to win that opening draw and gain possession in the offensive zone. And you're just going to have to see. We'll have 20 minutes of the third period coming back here shortly. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the barn in Indiana, Pennsylvania. We have a heated divisional matchup between the Robert Morris University Colonials and the IUP Crimson Hawks. Third period of action underway. RMU on the power play. Minute 10 to go on that. And the puck drop, RMU takes possession.
After 2 periods, RMU has the advantage in the shot department. 31-21 they lead. But on the actual scoreboard, down 5-2. They had a strong second period, though. Only 2 goals, though, and they need to start that comeback soon. 50 seconds on their power play.
So coming up the ice is Hurst. He'll gain the offensive zone. Hurst wraps it around the boards. Going up to the point will be Hodgson. Shot down low. Hurst got a stick on it, but that one cleared the length of the ice by the IUP penalty killers.
Yeah, Hodgson trying to bat that one down and avoid the long skate back, but a good turnaround. They're already past the blue line.
25 seconds to go on the power play, wrapped around the boards again. Maddox Rarick putting in some work, and he'll clear it to the neutral zone.
He had 2 Crimson Hawks tied up on the far side. I'm surprised he didn't turn around and get that into the zone quicker.
Hodgson pulls a move in the high slot, high of stall. 5 seconds to go in the power play now. Here's Donovan wrapping it around the boards, and we are back to even strength hockey.
Yeah, it trickles all the way back to Zorner right off the bench, but you're going to have to keep the attack going. You might be even strength, but cannot let that affect the offense.
Here's Dunham pinning the man on the board. Adams coming away with it. Sends it up to London. London gains the zone. There's Zoner. Here's Adams. Adams, high slot to Maddox Rarick. He picks this corner, and he doesn't miss. Maddox Rarick, and that's why he's #1 in goals for this club. 6-2 IUP.
Adams with another assist as he sets that one up. Came in, picked the pocket, found it in the corner, and set it up. I initially thought it was going to London in the slot, but instead goes to the lefty, Maddox Rarick. Way too much time, and no mistake putting that up high. 6-2 IUP.
What an incredible night for this IUP offense, and they are able to come back in yet again, and they get the opening goal of the third period. Coming behind the net, Maddox Rarick, hard bank off the glass. That one back down to the Colonial territory. Here's Finnegan trying to get this puck up. Jace Rarick on the pressure. Behind the net, give and go with his partner. That one out to neutral ice. IUP will dump that one back in. Here's Fairman on the forecheck. Finnegan gets there first. Fairman gets a stick on it. Trying to control it. A quick shot to ZM, but he fans on it. Back the other way is RMU. 2-on-2 opportunity. Puts a shot. That one wide of stall. Fairman gains control in his own end. He's going to wrap it around his own net. RMU gets there. Can't settle it. They'll keep it in the zone, though. Donovan trying to keep this puck moving forward. It's Fairman now. Fairman finds Chase Rurick off the skate. That one too hard, and he'll go to the bench for a change. Here's Miller on the forecheck. Back the other way is Kohlberg. Kohlberg dumps that one in. Stahl to play that one out to his defense. Now here's Chase Malloy. Malloy pulls a move, stops, gets it taken away. Here's Kohlberg again. Here's Metric. He'll give it up to Johnston. Johnston, pad save. Metric laying the body big time. Johnston finishing his check as well. And we have a delayed penalty as Metric is on the ice, and he's clearly in some discomfort.
Yeah, not very happy with the bodies being thrown around. I'll give Metric credit where it's due. Came down, and it's tough to execute hits from behind in open ice. Picked his target, but his target was moving away from him. Still knocked him to the ice. But using his stick to direct play, number 11 has been out there and certainly done well, as now that draws the power play to IUP.
So already 0 for 1 on the night. Macrocostas, the guilty party. And we're going to have another look at this IUP power play, see if they can get better zone time, some better looks, and get another one past the goaltender.
Macrocostas, of course, is a defenseman and one of the top pairing guys for the Colonials.
So stoppage of play. 16-16 to play in the third period. Power play just getting underway for IUP. This faceoff is going to come out of the zone, close to the RMU bench. It'll be Johnson and Palombo in the dot. Tied up, and here's London. London gains the zone, saucers it to Rierick. Rierick looking over his options. Goes to the point. He's going to pass that one down to Johnston. Johnston can't clearly have it. Back down to Miller. Miller goes behind the net. Sees Donovan open at the point. He'll give it to him. Down to Johnston. Johnston back over to Donovan. Donovan fakes the shot to Rierick. Cross ice to Johnson. Hesitates, puts a shot, and that one's saved. And Donovan can't keep it in. So RMU, Hurst will dump it down, and he'll go for a line change on the penalty kill.
Yeah, good clear, and about halfway through this power play as, again, trying to sustain their lead are the Crimson Hawks. They'll come the other way.
Now here's Fairman gaining speed on the far side. Fairman pulls it on his forehand side, slowed up. Working on the boards, that one cleared out by RMU. Good job finding a stick on that puck, and we have a whistle.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the call is. He put it down. It could have been either a hand pass or offsides. I believe it was a hand pass. The way IUP, the guilty party, that'll stall their drive out in the neutral zone.
RMU on the draw win, and they're going to make the smart play and dump it around. 40 seconds to go on this power play. Already 0 for 1 tonight. Trying to cash in on one. Here's Zach Soy. Going to Fairman with some speed, doing some moves here. Fairman to Adams, and that one blocked by the goaltender.
Yeah, Hodgson also in the area, getting a body in front.
That
penalty killing.
And that puck goes over the net. And Jim Rierick will give the puck to Fairman. We'll give it to the official. 18 seconds to go on the power play. Another offensive zone draw for the Crimson Hawks.
Yeah, Fairman's out there, and we saw earlier him controlling play. Took a little bit of a slash up high. He's still out there, and certainly a huge playmaker for this IUP team. Him and Metric both out there. They could be dangerous together. I like that combo.
Walker on the defensive zone draw win. Will dump it down. Ziemba racing down the ice to get it. 5 seconds to go in the power play. IUP in their own end. Adams gets it up the ice to Metric. Even strength 5-on-5 hockey is Fairman coming on this side. Centering pass, and Soy tied up. Fairman comes away with it behind the net. Fairman fighting off a stick. Centering pass, no one's there. Soy keeps it in. Soy, a shot. That one deflected by Metric, but the pad saved by the goaltender.
Great deflection in on net, and Soy was heading off. That wasn't planned.
Pad save by Stahl. He'll kick it out. Metric fighting on the boards. He's taken down to the ice. RMU puts a shot up on Stahl. Can't cover it. And some more.
Yeah, I don't know if this will be offsetting or just one. Obviously, RMU touched it and the whistle blew. We'll see which end this comes down, but obviously earlier we saw on that play, coming across was Metric and drew a lot of contact on that far side. And sitting, I believe that's David Zorner. And another penalty killer heading off. It didn't affect them last time as they were able to kill off both of IUP's power plays. No, it's Chiaramonte that's sitting for IUP, and that's a forward instead. Still getting an official call. Metric will head off as well, and That's what I was saying. That contact on that far side, I was surprised it was only going to go one way. 2 minutes appears on the board. 11 sits for IUP. And now some discussion on where the faceoff's going to be. Should be in the neutral zone.
And that's exactly where it's going to be, just outside the Colonial zone. So offsetting penalties. Little 4-on-4 hockey. RMU on the draw win.
Now, Robert Morris University has used speed to their advantage and have had long passes that have beaten IUP's defense. With so much open ice out there, it might be a lot easier for them to produce.
IUP can't set up, so a turnover, RMU in the zone. Finnegan passing it down low. Working with it at the point. RMU puts a shot on, and that one just wide of Stahl.
Yeah, attempted deflection there and unsuccessful.
Colonials keep the pressure on, whiffed on the slap shot, and now here's another chance. Here's Chase Malloy, 2-on-1 opportunity. He waits, slap shot, Johnston not on target. And he looks to the rafters. Now a 2-on-1 back the other way is RMU. Malloy in a hurry, takes a shot, that one off target on Stahl. 2 back-to-back odd man rushes for both squads, and none can convert. RMU another shot just outside of the blocker range of Stahl. And the Colonials are going to cool it down and reset a neutral zone.
Yeah, they've been controlling play ever since IUP's break.
So,
wow.
No call made there. No call made as Draper was dragged down to the ground by a Crimson Hawk. We still remain 4-on-4 for the next 35 seconds.
Yeah, they were both tying each other up, and I'm surprised it's not 3-on-3 right now.
IUP will clear the zone. Icing waved off. Hawks are going to go for a change. 20 seconds ago of 4-on-4 hockey. 12 minutes ago in the third period. Coming up that left wing side is Makrakostas. Pulls the trigger and a glove save by Stahl with some flair on that one.
We haven't seen too many shots from him, but he's able to make that one count to the to the right side of the goal. Far side for him, going right down the middle, targeting Stahl's glove, but Makrakostas stopped. And a whistle with 14 seconds, 4-on-4 remaining.
Offensive zone draw for the Colonials. It's going to be bested by IUP. 9 seconds of 4-on-4. Icing signaled and will be called against the Hawks 5 seconds ago of 4-on-4.
Yeah, for the Crimson Hawks, obviously you don't want to take an icing call, but the number one line is out there, and they are fresh off of the bench. It's an awful play, just kind of resets it, and takes a little bit of time off the 4-on-4, time that's working against RMU.
Rarick with a tip. 2-on-1 the other way. Finds Fairman. Fairman, a shot, and that one shoveled out by Hodgson.
Yeah, good job to close the doors. Obviously, we saw in the first period, Patrick was beat on the 5-hole. Now this time, backup goalie coming in here, making the plays down deep, and that rebound cleared out by the defense, but done in an icing manner. So they'll come back, 4-goal deficit right now for RMU, and they're having problems getting possession out of their own zone.
They did a tremendous job in that second period to just pepper Stahl with shots, but only 2 have squeaked past him. And here's the Colonials back the other way. Pulls a move, gets past the defense, but can't register a shot. Lost possession of that puck. Here's Finnegan in open ice. That one blocked by Sela and swatted away as Miller turns on the dime. Was set up behind the net. Giving it to Dunham, and Miller taking his man down at the corner. Bank pass up to Miller. He's going to dump that one to neutral ice. With it is Finnegan, finding Shira Monty. 2 goals in this one, the only 2 for RMU. Here's Fairman. He's going to, beautiful play by Rarick to settle that puck down to Spinorama. Still keeps possession, tried to find Fairman. Good defense. That one by Reed. Neutral zone battle, coming away with it. Palombo. Palombo gets past Ziemba and stalls there with a blocker.
Fanned on that shot attempt. That could have been dangerous. Couldn't execute.
Chasing it in the corner. Now up to the point is RMU. Getting a stick in deeper is Reed. Reed, slap shot, awkward angle. Pad save by Stahl and into the net. Halfway through the third period, 6-2 IUP remains the score.
We'll take this moment to shout out IUP's Night at the Races fundraiser that will be occurring at the Katanning Township Fire Department. Doors open at 7 o'clock. Races start at 8 o'clock. 12 races, 8 horses per race. Admission $10 without a horse. Cost per horse is $40. Admission includes non-alcoholic beverages as well as snacks. If you're interested in joining the fundraiser, contact Jim Rearick at gmail.com.
Wild able to get that puck out, and hitting a fan was Richard Wild. Didn't mean anything by it, just tried to bank that puck off the glass into the RMU zone.
Yeah, rode a little high, a little too close to the press box there, and came out of play. We'll have a whistle. It would be an IUP side of the neutral zone.
Getting the draw is Boker entering the zone. Boker will dump that one in further in his hopes that Wild will get it. Battle and Trimber will get a stick on it. Boker and Wild on the forecheck. Following Zoner behind the net. Zoner loses it. Trimber sends it in further. Now skating is Kohlberg. Kohlberg too strong on the pass. Clearing out to neutral ice is IUP. Kohlberg setting that one to his partner. That's Brine. Brine centering pass. No one's home. Zach Soy to his partner Sinicki. Sinicki has the vision to see Trimber. Can't control it though. Back behind the net to Soy. IUP trying to get a controlled breakout here. And here they might go. Here's London. London on the backhand. That one hits the side of the net. It's still his. London stops. And RMU's able to get this one out. At least we thought they did. Adams still hungry on the forecheck. Colonials finally clear the zone. 8.5 to play in the third period. Here's Donovan trying to send this up to Maddox Rearick. Rearick gains the zone. Here's Adams trying to center the pass to Donovan. Good defensive stick by Walker. And a good finish at the check by Donovan on the other side. Back the other way. Can't control it is De La Fuente. Keeping in the zone is RMU. RMU centering pass to the point. Looks, fires. That one wide of Stahl. Out to neutral ice. And IUP in possession of the puck in their own zone. They're going to send this one out. And there will be icing on this play. Finally, a much-needed stop. 7:48 to play in the third period.
And we'll see what guys IUP is able to get onto the bench and who has to stay out there after this icing. But one of the guys out there before was Trent London. In the offensive zone, he's starting to pick up a lot of attention by not only the coaches but also the players. They're starting to double team number 67 in the offensive zone. Saw it last time, he got tied up, and it worked to get it out of the zone. A good defensive scheme by RMU, but is it too little too late?
Well, I don't blame him. Trent London, 3 points on our night, 2 goals and an assist. It's hard to contain him. Here's Finnegan, retreating to his own end. He'll give it to Hodgson, his partner, and he'll dump it back in, and that one just barely going to be an icing. And IUP is going to be able to get some fresh guys on the ice, and an offensive zone draw pending.
Yeah, 7.5 to go, and we've been saying it all period. Tall order now for RMU, and it's an extra goal on their total to come back from. And in this third period, they got to lock it up and get some plays going up the middle. IUP's been strong, though. Their defense not showing a ton of weakness.
Draw one back to Sela, and that one just high. RMU gets it out, gets it past Dennis, and now here's a break. Trying to get it to Stahl, and running into the goalie was RMU. Stahl still able to live, and he's finally, the chaos in the blue paint. Stahl jumps on it, and IUP defending their goalie as they should.
Stahl there out of position for a brief moment, and that shot came in. He nearly had an open net, and he missed it. Stahl came diving across and at least got his body in the way, but it resulted in no shot ultimately, and Stahl stops the play, and the defense takes care of the rest.
That's just one of those plays where I couldn't keep the pace of what was happening. There was so much going on in that blue paint. Stahl jumping across to try to make the save. He was run into right before that. He's finally able to get his wits about him, cover the puck, and Salo's going to go to the box.
And we'll see.
And as well as Moran for RMU.
Yeah, the roughing calls will go both ways. It'll offset. We'll see if it'll be 5-on-5 or 4-on-4. Malloy will head off. It looks like it'll be 4-on-4 hockey. Not sure. IUP was congregating by the bench for a minute. I wasn't sure if they were going to call a timeout, but the way both teams will get set up. And I wouldn't be surprised. IUP, after that last drive, certainly a ton of physicality, ton to do, and kind of lost track of the puck a little bit. RMU had him scrambling. Now open ice. We saw them move the puck really well earlier on 4-on-4. See if they can do it again.
IUP on the defensive zone draw, and some retaliation by Johnston. And he's not happy.
So I did not catch what was going on there, but Johnston obviously very unhappy. And the stick was down on the ground.
Alex, he was held up on the draw. I couldn't tell which player was holding a stick, but Johnston's going to get a retaliation penalty. We're going to have 4-on-3 hockey in favor of RMU.
Yeah, Metric will head off for IUP, or see if he stays out there. Normally doesn't take faceoffs, but looks like he'll be centering. No, Maddox Rurick will come out, and he's Boker as well. So IUP rolling 4-on-3 with 2 forwards and 1 defenseman, that one being Zach Soy. Plenty of room out there.
RMU gets a draw win. Centering pass, and that one not on target. RMU in the zone still. Centering pass, good stick by Maddox Rurick. Behind the net is RMU. It's a big power play opportunity for them. Up to the point to Reed. Now back down low. It's Reed trying to work in on Stahl, and he can't control the puck. Here's Boker in his own end. Getting it to the captain, Zach Soy, who will slap it down the length of the ice.
Love that play by IUP's penalty kill, controlling the play, taking as much time off and taking advantage of the extra ice room out there.
Here's Michael Hurst trying to center the pass, and great defense again by the Hawks penalty killing unit. Here's Metric in his own end. He'll give it up to Jace Rurick. Rurick stops in a neutral zone, sends it back to Ziemba, who will make the smart play to clear it. Back the other way, RMU 2-on-1, and Hurst a little behind that pass.
RMU 4 without the stick. He's going to use the body instead.
Ziemba taking his man down to the ground. Didn't have a stick. Centering shot. No one was guarding him, but that one not able to get there, and IUP will clear this puck down.
It's frustrating on that RMU bench, and now there's their frustration boiling over from the penalty box. Johnson's going to get in there. Wow. And that went from 0 to 100 real quick.
And I think this might be the end of the night for both these players. Johnson definitely interfering from the penalty box. He wants a fight. Spencer Johnson is ready for something.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. He's a core member of this Crimson Hawk team. Got to make sure he's going to be able to suit up next Friday.
Officials desperately trying to maintain order.
And there's an IUP glove over on the RMU bench.
That's Spencer Johnston's. Maybe a little souvenir.
I was going to say, got to give that one back. What's it? And there's the other glove coming all the way in from left field. But and I was going to say, frustration's boiling over, and a perfect example there. For RMU, though, they got to back up this physicality with with the goal, and they've had plenty of scoring opportunities, but they've been off target. And it's rough when they're in the situation. They are in a situation where they've had scoring opportunities and they've had close-in shots, but they haven't connected so far in this third period. And a lot of these shots just going wide by a couple of inches, but you got to hit the net. And that's really where RMU is struggling on this power play.
So we were correct. Spencer Johnston's night has come to a premature closing. 5.5 to play in this third period. Only 18 more seconds of 4-on-3. And then a little bit after that, RMU will have a power play opportunity.
Yeah, only 7 seconds for them on the power play. Sela over at the penalty box, putting his hands up, showing what he did when Johnson took that guy out, and he certainly did not like that contact in front of the bench. As we'll take advantage of this stoppage of play to promote IUP Hockey's fundraiser, the night of the races, be again at the Tanning Township Firehouse. $40 a horse, $10 for admission. Of course, admission includes non-alcoholic beverages and snacks. That will be on November 10th, Friday, opening at 7 o'clock, again at Katanning Firehouse. And if you are interested in joining joining the fundraiser, please contact Jim Rearick, spelled Jimrearic @gmail.com.
Yes, this is a perfect opportunity. If you're a fan of the program, you like what the Crimson Hawks are doing, it's a great opportunity to support them. And, they're able to thank you for your donations and your support, always welcomed. And also there's going to be some raffle giveaways, Pens tickets, and whatnot. And somehow, cutting that promo, we are still not back to hockey, Alex.
and I will take this moment. I mean, again, I will say, due to the generous donations from those who support IUP Hockey, able to completely overhaul our broadcast program, at least in this booth. Not only getting a camera, but also great new audio equipment to bring you high-quality IUP Hockey at a higher quality.
Exactly, and we really, from the bottom of my heart and Alex's heart, we really appreciate the supporters, the generous supporters of this club, and we love you guys so much. And we're just grateful that we're able to bring you guys the broadcast, whether you're at home or we're on the road. And we're able to get that out to you guys, as Keith Reed is also going to head down the tunnel. That'll be the end of his night. Officials are still trying to work this out.
The way I see it, I think it really should just be offsetting penalties for that. And I know that Johnston did step up and retaliate from the bench. But I don't know in the rule books if there's anything specific that you can give for that style of play. And a little bit of game interference for him, but obviously he's done for the game. No different for Reed, who's the recipient of it.
So it's looking like Jace Rearick, one leg in, one leg out of the penalty box.
Yeah, and he'll sit and serve the remainder of this penalty. Obviously, Sela already in there serving the offsetting 2 minutes, and he'll cover the rest of Johnston's penalty. But again, still getting an explanation from the referees. And we'll see if this results in an extra power play. And with the amount of time in between, that's a very real possibility that they add minutes on. Obviously, you can't get more than 4-on-3. Can't pull an extra guy, but I'm just awaiting this official call.
So the players are just trying to keep the legs warm and just try to kill some time. This is taking a very, very long time. We saw a similar amount of stoppage and length of stoppage. Alex, you weren't able to join me, but at Penn State, we had something similar to this, where the officials were just trying to figure out what was going to happen on the ice. And it took a very long time, but we're back into some hockey finally.
When you brought up talking about the stoppages, we had a couple last night with similar scrums, obviously not as dramatic, resulted very similarly. As we'll get the call from the PA soon.
Not a clear for IUP, and Stahl was able to jump on that one. And that looked dangerous, Alex. Believe that was, I couldn't tell who was trying to clear it, but a good stick by Draper to prevent the clear. He gets a solid shot on net. Up to the point to Hurst. He'll drop it back to the point. Now down low is Draper. Draper setting up to Hodgson. Now over to Hurst. Hurst pulls the trigger, and that's a save by Stahl. We have 5-on-3 action now for IUP. Excuse me, for RMU. Now at the point, it's Hurst. Blocked in traffic. A pad save, and on the third opportunity, it's Hunter Hodgson from Monongahela, Pennsylvania. And he'll cut into the lead.
Is that Hodgson? All right, Hodgson scores, and to make it 6-3 on the power play, that was number 18, Connor Moran, who was able to net that one in. And like I said earlier, those initial shot came off of his pad. He didn't net it initially, had a ton of net to shoot at, and finally forced it through. And for a team that is struggling to get it past the red line, that's exactly how you come back. A greasy goal like that, a weird bounce, and a second attempt able to net it home on the power play, taking advantage of that last confusion.
Stahl did as much as he could to defend that blue paint, making 1-2 saves in a row, extending that left pad out, but the stick of Connor Moran doesn't fail, and it's 6-3 IUP.
Back into the face-off circle, so RMU certainly being aggressive and keeping their top forwards out there. Still 5 minutes to go. Aggressive move.
RMU on the draw, trying to get a quick change before they head up ice. So here's Adams, wrapping around. He'll give it to Maddox. Rurick puts a shot on, and a save by the goaltender.
Another slot shot there by Maddox Rurick, and obviously he scored earlier in this third period on a similar opportunity, picking it up high. That time keeps it down low right into the logo of the RMU netminder. But again, those slot opportunities can be very dangerous, especially with a guy like Rurick who has the ability to have that release and really put it anywhere he wants on net.
Zorner in the zone. He gets it up to his man, and RMU trying to break out here. And that will be an icing call against the Colonials. So puck's going to head back. Offensive zone draw looming for the Crimson Hawks with 4:13 to play in the third period. It's 6-3 IUP. And Alex, I don't think we've paid attention to that shot clock recently. 42 to 26 shots in favor of the Colonials, but only 3 have snuck past Stahl.
Yes, Stahl silently putting up absurd numbers and great saves on. 39 on the night. Wow.
Here's Maddox Rurick picking it off. Trying to get it to Adams, a little too far ahead of him. Rurick blows a tire, tries to pin his man. Adams jars the puck free, shot by London. Little offside. Now back the other way is Walker. Walker hit by Soy. Colonials still in possession. They're going to keep it at the point, and that'll be for Hodgson. Still working down low. Will go behind the net. Now up to the high point. Good stick tie up by London to prevent that shot. Puck goes in a blue crease. Stahl is able to get it out.
And it's those close saves that really establish him as the number 1 goalie on this team.
Quick shot from the boards, and Stahl deflects that up into the netting. And now 3:11 to go in the third period.
And I'll elaborate a little bit more on that. And before they scored on the power play, he had a couple close saves throughout the second, had plenty of scoring chances against him, but Stahl had stood strong. Like we said, looking at the shot clock now, 40 saves for number 31. We talked about he might have had a lighter workload last night when he also suited up, and now back-to-back games. And now 40 shots against him. He certainly had his work cut out for him.
He certainly has, and he's been the backstop of this IUP team. And like you said, Alex, those haven't been easy shots. He's had to really work for this outcome, and he's standing strong so far. As RMU gets possession, working behind the net to find an outlet. Putting that to the corner boards is Miller. Now point to Finnegan, who'll dump it down low. Trying the centering shot, not gonna go. Miller trying to hit his man off the puck, he will, and there's Fairman, who will dump it down. Rierick to stick that one down. It's Rierick, still onside to Miller. Miller will dump it down. Here's Rierick behind the net. Chase Rierick loses the puck though. Turnover, and that one's going to be taken by Brine now. Up the ice to Hodgson. He'll get past Fairman. Still a battle in the neutral zone. Here's Fairman picking up the cookies. Fairman a shot, and that one he had tried to get the top right corner. A little off though. Now here's a quick pass for RMU, and he's not able to get the shot he wants. He's bumped off the puck, and that just speaks to the defense of this Crimson Hawk squad.
And the defense has been on their game, which is surprising because 42 shots are still in RMU's favor. I am blown away by that shot total as they have been efficient. And we said that in the first period. They're focusing on quantity over quality. Right now, Stahl is standing on his head. He has the entire game and is the #1 reason IUP is up this much.
Now here's Dunham exiting the zone. He'll get it in there. Here's Metric. He'll dump it down. IUP has to touch up. Taking it is Metric. Trying to get it to Malloy, and two Colonials bashing into each other.
It's one of those games. There's nothing going right for the Colonials.
Here's Sela, who'll give it to Dunham, having trouble fishing it from his skates. He trips up, no call made, and Malloy skates it out of the end. Malloy hit along the boards, loses the puck, and that's Hurst. Takes a shot, rebound opportunity, that one wide of Stahl. Now under a minute to play in regulation, here's Chase Malloy. Malloy trying to get past Finnegan. He'll dump that around. Here's Sean Patton. Patton will dump that one down. He's trying to find De La Fuente. Fuente hit by Donovan. Still maintains possession and will wrap it around to Hodgson. He's pinning his man on the board. 30 seconds now to play in this game. Just killing time is IUP in their own end. RMU trying to stick that puck free. They do come away with it though. Back around the boards to Finnegan at the point. Getting that puck down low to Walker. Finnegan trying to keep that puck in the zone. Now the seconds tick down. 5 seconds to go. And that will be the end of this game as IUP will be victorious over their divisional rival in RMU. 6-3 your final score.
Great championship defense for the Crimson Hawks so far this weekend, going 2-0 against divisional opponents. Obviously, last night facing off against Mercyhurst. Tonight going up against RMU, facing off against them. And, of course, later on in the season, they will see Robert Morris again. We will give the 3 stars of the game. Got to give it to Hunter Fairman at the third star position. 2 goals, no assists, but was certainly a factor in controlling the play and controlling it in the neutral zone, keeping RMU away from IUP zone and turning it around and heading the other way. And then second star of the game, Jordan Adams, of course, creating plays more in the offensive zone. No goals, but had 3 assists. And his playmaking abilities speak beyond just 3 assists. He was able to control the forecheck and really dictate where IUP can put the puck. But, of course, number 1, got to give it to Jarrett Stahl. Put up great numbers, going up and putting up 43 saves in this game, and ultimately winning this game for IUP 6-3.
And I gotta agree with that. I'm gonna give a slight honorable mention to the birthday boy Trent London. 2 goals and an assist. Honorable mention there. Got one of the 3 stars last night. Can't win them all though. And that'll be the end of our broadcast for Alexander Donaldson. My name is Peyton Trollinger. Thank you for watching and listening. We'll see you soon. Have a great night.